Fuck it, man.
Hell yeah, let's
All
do
right.
it.
Hey, here we go. Sin City interview, Sin City Live. We got JuanLargo, the six in here, man. I appreciate you for making some time and everything. Yeah, just a little underground podcast. You feel me, man? How long you been rapping for? Tell them about yourself, man.
Man, thank you for having me. First off, yeah, I'm Juan Largo, the 6 6. This is Melon. He's my
That guy.
sidekick and my muse, and the reason why I do this. So, man, I've been rapping in like secret for a long time
Okay, okay.
because I have been a professional musician for a long time. I've been in a ton of bands. I do this shit every day. I wake up, I go to work, and I make music. And it's for different groups and different people, different situations. I've been all over the world touring and stuff like that. Had a lot of good friends who are rappers. I've been in mostly like hardcore bands and punk bands and stuff.
Okay, I hear you. That slam
Yeah,
metal type shit, the moshing and
yeah,
everything.
heavy
Okay, okay.
stuff. And so it's like, I've had a lot of cool opportunities getting to see different places and different people. Music's taken me pretty far. But man, that touring life is hard. It's hard on the road,
Oh
especially
yeah.
that weird music too. Is sometimes the audience is a little bit small. I've always had a lot of love for hip hop music, and ever since I was a teenager, I just always respected it heavily. And some of my people who I talk about on the upcoming album, who are like my favorite jazz musicians of all time, because that's where I take
Oh
a lot
yeah.
of inspiration from too. All like I put my favorite rappers and producers up on that same level musically as like the jazz greats or really anybody who like was one of the great musicians of their day. I think people like MF Doom and Madlib and Jay Dilla and
Yeah. All that old
Music
school boom
Days.
bap stuff. That shit's perfect. MF Doom, rest in peace, especially, man.
Yeah, that's
Um,
my dad. Everything I do for him, man.
I wish I was able to see him live.
Me
Unfortunately, I mean,
too.
you probably as well, you know, but it is
That
what
is
it
one
is.
of those that hit hard, man.
Oh yeah, yeah, that hit hard. Well, and didn't his I think his kid passed away also before him too, if I
Yeah,
remember
his son died
correctly.
shortly before he did. There's a couple really nice pictures of him out there that are
Yeah.
the
Hey,
two of them
he's a
together.
good pick. He's a good pick. Can I ask? I can hear the jazz influence. I can hear the hip hop influence. But I
Yeah.
mean, the bars obviously. Are you a comedy fan? Are there specific comedians you like, or is that just your own
Yeah,
thing?
man, so I just have a deep internal urge to fucking say wild shit. And I've done stand up before. I like performing. I like being on stage. And so when I would take breaks from being on the road and not, touring and playing shows and stuff, I would do stand up to kind of blow off steam and stuff. Thing about that is a lot of comics are nightmares to be around.
Oh yeah,
Um,
just as people. Is it the egos
People
or?
ego is there for sure, and
Mhm.
not that musicians don't have that, but the ego there, and just I don't know, there was almost too much as in the punk world and hardcore world. There's cliques and stuff,
Oh
but it
right.
is very much like it's pretty welcoming. It's a
Mhm.
pretty accepting environment, and so that's kind of what I'm used to in a social circle. And comedy is kind of like you kind of get curved a little bit while you're trying to get
Mm.
going. People
They
wait to see.
kinda like gatekeeping a little bit, or they have
There's
an
some of that
ego
going
about.
on, and I get it. If you work hard at a craft, people are tourists, man, and you don't want people just coming in and making a. But that's the thing when you're telling jokes. It's like you can't really get mad at people for coming in and just trying. And so, like, I did that for a while. I got tired of it, but I like saying wild shit. I'm always thinking of stuff that makes me laugh, and I tried to just make these songs in the first place to make my friends laugh. That was kind of the goal in the first place, and
Hey, well,
so
man, you're I think you're bigger than you realize also. I'm surprised you hit me back because I heard the Pirate Days one. I was laughing and shit. And then I went to my
uh,
little brother. I was like, "Do I interview this guy or not?" And he was like, "Oh, me and my friends see this guy on our TikTok all the time, bro. These are some funny songs." And I was like, "Oh, I'll hit
that's
him up, bro." Like,
crazy to me,
so you
bro.
go around, man. Like people know you for real, bro.
Man, it's wild to hear that because I made these songs. I work quickly.
Oh,
and I
right.
can crank these out, and I have been. And so I just made Pirate Days in probably about 2 hours, and I put it out for fun. I didn't expect anybody to really fuck with it. And here we are, people have been sending me like nice, like kind things in my DMs and stuff, saying that
Well,
it's like,
you know what? The comedy hip hop blend is like perfect right now because
you
it's
know,
there's no one else really doing that. Everything is super serious. You know, you got the beefs are all hyped up, and I think you're putting in like you're filling a perfect gap right now. People aren't doing much comedy rap, and people like it, bro.
thank you, man. And it's like, for me, in a lot of ways, I'm always going to be trying to say shit that's out of pocket because that's just one of my favorite things to do. My goal is also to still do justice to the artists that I love. My theory is always that comedy music, either the jokes are good, but the music is bad, or like the music is good, but the jokes are bad. It's hard to get both, you know?
Oh
And
yeah, a
so,
nice balance. Do you have a
yeah.
hard time finding beats that fit with the jokes you want? Does it have to be boom bap, or have you tried a jazz rap or kind of a jazz trap beat before? You know what I mean?
So this album that I've been making over the past, it's been, so Pirate Days popped off like about 2 weeks ago, a little bit. Nothing crazy, but enough to make me realize, man, maybe this music is connecting with some people. Maybe I need to dedicate some time and energy to it because I'm still in bands and stuff. And a dedicated, uh, a dedicated internet detective could probably figure out what bands.
Hey, that's right, that's right. And then well,
Yeah,
that's not my job. We'll let someone else, we'll let,
yeah. I'd
marginalized people
imagine
figure it
someone will
out.
figure it out at some point. The mask is, I don't know, man. It's to help me get into character and say the shit that I want to say.
Well,
And
do you like I don't mean to put you on the spot, do you like the rap more because you feel like you don't have all the expectations of the band members you have to fill in? It's just like you could be more yourself, you feel me? Or do you like
man,
the rock more or what?
I tell you, you hitting on something there because it's definitely with hardcore and punk. It is a very small world, and everybody
Right.
knows everybody. And so I haven't told many of my close homies about this. I keep
Okay,
it.
okay.
It's something I want to do when you have a song go a little bit viral, or when you have a Instagram reel hit 2.5 million views. You want to tell everyone.
Right.
But I've been trying. I've told my bandmates because
Okay.
they're family to me.
And they won't go leak it to no other people or anything?
Nah, well, a few of them are excited for me and have tried to, but the thing is like I'm pretty active in my local scene where I live. I go to shows. I'm in a few different bands. I have a community of people who I interact with on a daily, weekly basis who I care about. And I don't necessarily want them to be like, oh, he's a rapper now. He's trying to do the rap
They'll
thing.
look at you in a different light, you feel like, or they'll kinda treat you differently?
Man, I'm 31, so I could see
Yeah, I
it.
hear you, I hear you.
But
Well
the thing is, I love this music. I love this music. I love making it. And I have a vehicle to say stuff that bounces around in my head all day. And I got to get it out somewhere, man.
Well, hey, with the whole I think it's interesting how you're like keeping a secret persona, you know, it's like Clark Kent and Superman or something. Are you still able to write them bars while you're just yourself, you know, and everything, and then you're like, "Oh, I'll turn into a comedian later when I'm writing these," and people aren't realizing it?
Yeah, man. It's that's it, man. I appreciate the questions, dude, man. When I get interviewed
Thank
in
you, bro.
hardcore bands, man, I answer the same four questions over and over again. So this is good shit, dude.
Well, yeah. Hey,
Um,
you have a unique style too, so I feel like it's pretty easy to ask you some questions. No one really sounds like how you sound right now, bro.
Gee, man, thank you, man. I'm trying, and I feel like I bring something special to the table as far as I'm a multi-instrumentalist. I can play just about, you know, I'm better and worse at certain instruments, but just about anything you put in front of me, I can make a noise on it. And I got my room, my little studio here, nothing special, nothing crazy. It's a pretty simple setup, but it is it's enough to get the job done. And I
Yeah.
try to have a varied production style. Going back to a question that you asked a little bit ago, is as far as different styles, the bap versus the jazz rap versus any other possible stuff. This album coming up has that Dilla and like Nuja bass influence in the beats for sure.
Okay. Okay.
But I am trying to go a little bit. I love a lot of experimental music and like avant-garde shit, and so some of these beats are kind of noisy, a little bit experimental. I'm trying to get a little weird with some of them.
Mm. Are you talking more like kind of like the industrial sounds or noise rock kind of stuff?
Yeah, man, I love Death Grips. They're one of my
Okay, that's
big
perfect.
inspirations. I respect them
Yeah.
as artists hugely. They're incredibly, amazingly. I mean, they changed the game. They really did.
Hey, Death Grips, they're hard, man. They got but also, if you're not tuned in with that kind of sound, bro, you're not gonna be for it. So how do you
Yeah.
deal with people? Do you also get hate? I'm assuming you do from people love you a lot, but then do people hate
Yeah.
you just as much when they hear something they don't like?
There's haters, man. There's been I tell you, it's been a minority,
Okay.
especially because the bar that popped off is. I'm glad Chinese people exist because I know they're going to save the world one day,
Yeah,
right?
that's the opening line. That's the opening line, bro. I was like,
Yeah,
"Bro, what the
and
fuck am I? What's this one, man?"
I see it as kind of a blessing in disguise because I do bring some experimental stuff. I do bring some controversial opinions to the table, man. One of the songs on the album is called Dark Woke, and it is just me going off, just lighting the right wing, like influence Ben Shapiro
Oh yeah.
crowd,
Yep, that's right.
lighting their asses up in the most evil way I possibly can. And so, like, I definitely try to say stuff that will get a reaction out of people. But if people get the joke, if people are in on the joke, they're never going to be offended. If you're
Well,
smart enough to get it, and so I see that bar being the one that helped me pop off is as you know, if people hear that first, if that's the first thing they hear of me, and then they continue to fuck with my music, then I know that they're in. I know that they are going to appreciate my sense of humor and the music style as well. And if people don't fuck with it, if some people been saying that I'm like trying to sometimes like replace Doom or something because a lot of people in the comments say, "Is this MF Doom?" Oh, I'm going to tell my kids this was MF this
all
and
right,
that.
right.
I want to be clear. I'll use this opportunity in our interview here to say that I'm not in any sense seeing myself as a replacement for MF Doom. He
Right,
is.
right.
I never could be that in a million years if I wanted to. He
You would say he's
was
just, an inspiration to the music or, like, your flow sounds
hugely
similar, but I
inspirational.
don't think you're a one for one. Like, he got funny
No.
bars, but he got serious songs also, bro.
Yeah, and that's the thing about the album too. I'm trying to work and balance just like with the trying to have the experimental sort of maybe more noise stuff, but with more like accessible bars. If you got good jokes and a good flow, you can rap over anything and people will be open to it.
Mm, that's right.
And Doom's always right here with me when I'm
Hey, there
working.
you go, there you
Yeah,
go.
man. I got him sitting here up on the lamp, and he would say, "Nobody's ever really gone, man. You just got to think of them like they're still here and treat them like they're still here. Talk about them like they're still here." And
Well,
they are, dude. And so I sit here, if I'm stuck on a beat or stuck on a bar or something, I can look up at that mask and be like, it helps me figure shit out.
man, MF Doom, I respect him. I like his work with Madlib.
Yeah.
You're giving me more questions I can think of with the whole ego thing. But are there other rappers outside of Doom that you like or get compared to? Do people say Earl Sweatshirt at all? And hey,
I've heard some Earl
what's up to the bird
Sweatshirt.
too?
Yeah. Dude, I sample him all the time. He's always screaming,
He
man.
can answer any questions he wants. It's all right.
Absolutely. No, dude, I love he's I get so much inspiration from him. I got a whole song on the album that's 4 hits called Song for Melon, and it's just about how
Hey, that's
much I love
perfect.
him. He's my
That's
best
perfect.
homie. But as far as other rappers that I really fuck with, there's tons. As far as like the first when I was a kid, because I grew up listening to rock music. I wasn't exposed to a lot of hip hop music, and my friend showed me UGK when I was probably 15 or
Oh yeah,
16.
yeah. The Texas group, right?
Yeah, yeah, that UGK and Triple Six Mafia kind of
Mhm.
changed my. It made me realize, oh wow, man, I need to be listening to this shit. And so that got me in the door as far as liking the stuff. And then when I got to college, it was shortly after Wolf by Tyler the Creator came out, and I spent a whole summer. I didn't after my freshman year of college. I didn't go back home. I stayed. I got a job, and I was just working. And I stayed at this house to sublease, and all the roommates were out of town for the summer, so I had this house to myself. And so I listened to Wolf on repeat up in my like attic kind of. If you ever watch Hey Arnold, you know he's got that like
Oh
upstairs
yeah,
room that's like really
yeah, yeah.
dope.
And he got the single window with the moonlight coming in and
It
everything.
kind of
Perfect,
had that
man.
situation going on, and so I'd be up there just playing Wolf on repeat and being like, "Fuck, what have I been missing out on? Hip hop music is amazing." And there can be so much, there's a cinematic element that exists within it that is harder to achieve maybe in other genres of music. You can
Oh
really
yeah,
paint
I hear
a
that. I hear
picture.
you can tell entire stories, you know what I mean? You're walking down the block and then this happened and then
Yeah,
it's a series of events, man. Hey,
and
well,
yeah,
how far do you wanna go with the whole alter ego thing? Or do you wanna be able to do shows with it? Do you wanna do albums or different egos? Or are you just kinda testing the waters and you'll see where it goes from here?
man, I will. That's another very solid question. I'll try to answer it to the best of my abilities. Because I'm trying to my life philosophy is to, if something presents itself, try to follow that path, right? And especially with art. And
Right, right.
I've been making art for a long time and music specifically, and this is something that has responded to people have responded to in a way that I've never experienced before with some other music that I've made or with any
Yeah.
other music that I've made. And so I would like to see it through as much as I can. And the coolest thing is I've haven't really tried that much. I've just been making songs that I like, that I fuck with, that I think pays respects to the artists that I care about, and people have decided to take notice, man, and I feel grateful and I feel blessed, and it's very, very cool to get to make music that I love for an audience of people who fuck with it. So I will shows, as far as that goes, man, like I said, I've done the touring thing a lot, and I've done it as a labor of love a lot, and it can be hard, to have it be profitable and have it to have the incentive.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, hey,
And
I know how the business goes with the shows and everything,
oh
and
yeah,
it's
man,
it's also like you say, rock shows and then hip hop shows and comedy shows, they're all just a little bit different. Like, promoters will always be hard to deal with, but, I mean,
mhm.
if you can try it, I say you should try the opportunity just to see if it feels different to you, bro.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I guess my perspective on doing shows, because I'd love to do shows. I have strong opinions about performing, and one of the main things about my music, that if you really do like it and you want to take notice of the little details, is that I really work. You'll hear it on the album. I don't do the thing that other rappers do, where like the last syllable of the bar lines up with the first syllable of the next bar so that they
Oh, yeah,
happen at
yeah.
the same time. Because then when you do that, man, you can't perform it live. You have to do it to a track. The vocal
That's
recording
kind of
has.
like a punching in style where they're like, "Running like a
Yeah.
diamonds, pause, running a da da da, pause." I
And
know what you mean, bro.
I like, and you know what? I fuck with that style. The modern rappers, I take so much inspiration from Rio de Young OG and like Baby
Oh, yeah.
Tron and
Yep. Hey, that was
that.
gonna be another question is if you listen to Detroit, because 'cause they're the other ones
Yeah,
I ha
man.
with the most fucking, bars and just comedy I can hear in it.
Yeah, man. The Detroit scene and the Flint scene, scam rap is hugely influential. I
Oh,
think that
yeah.
that stuff is great. I think it's the best stuff happening in hip hop now. And so I guess if you want to take an overall look at the genealogy of my music, you would have that classic early 2000s boom bap kind of abstract hip hop, Mad Lib, MF Doom type of stuff, with the modern sort of punchline approach, scam rap sort of stuff. And then, also just whatever else the fuck I feel like, because I can play any instrument. And so I'll be adding whatever sound I think fits the beat.
Well,
And
hey, not to cut you off, you
oh,
said
you're good.
I mean, you're playing tons of instruments, and I've seen you on the TikTok doing the drums too. I don't
Yeah.
know if it's a dumb question or not, but do you do all your own beats with your rap and everything?
So right now, as it stands, the 6 singles that are out are all my own beats, no features,
Hey,
no nothing,
perfect.
no
That's
hooks.
from the ground up. That's all you then.
I can do it all, mix, master, the whole thing. And I that's the thing, man, is I've been doing this for so long and I said I have the abilities to do everything. So why not do everything? And so my album, The Bird and the Mask, that's coming out in early March, my debut solo album,
Oh,
is going
that's
to
right. That's
be,
right.
yeah, man, I'm stoked for it. I got 8. I was working on the ninth song right before this one. When we get done, I'm going to probably finish that up
Hey,
tonight.
perfect, perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Hey, go ahead, promo the fuck out of the album. Tell me
Yeah,
how many
yeah.
tracks you
And
got. Do you have any features or what style beats you got? All that.
so check it out. So with this album, it is going to be a continuation. This is an introduction to Juan Largo, and it is a thank you to my fans who and people who have again unexpectedly fucked with the music. I didn't expect, I did this for me and my friends, and so
Right.
the fact that so many people are messing with it, the album itself is a thank you and saying, hey, this is me, this is my sound. So there's going to be, again, all the beats made by me, all the instruments. I'm going to rap everything. I don't put hooks in my songs. So it's all just bars, straight bars the whole way down. And once that's out, it's going to be 11 songs as it stands right now because it's been a cool thing I got going, right? When I decided to make the album, I had 3,000 Instagram followers, 3,000 TikTok followers, and 3,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. So I was like,
Right.
let's do one song for every thousand.
Okay.
And I was like, you know what? If those go up, if we hit more milestones, I'll make more songs for the album. So since then, the Instagram has hit 4,000, and my monthly listeners on Spotify
Hey,
has
yep.
hit 4,000. So
Congratulations, man.
thank you, man. And the album's going to be 11 tracks because of that. And if it goes up, it'll be longer. I can crank them out, dude. I have no shortage of ideas. That is the my main philosophy. When you get good enough, man, I always hear stuff. It never goes away,
Oh
man.
yeah, yeah. Just different melodies or bars and things, man. I'm the same way.
Yeah,
I
man.
think we think about music the same because people
Yeah.
will tell me, "Oh, you need to structure this song this way or do that." But to me, I'll just do whatever I'm feeling like or whatever I want it to sound like, bro. There's not really any rules for it. You feel me, bro? Because
Oh
then
man.
everything else would sound the same, in my opinion.
Yeah. No, there's no, it's all suggestions, man. I had a
Mm,
great teacher. I'm education focused. If you listen to the bars, you'll notice.
okay, okay.
I believe that education is extremely important, and I've had some great teachers in my life. And he's being mean. Um, so
Oh no,
I
you're
had a
good. You're
teacher
good.
tell me one time. I studied classical music in college, and
Okay,
I was working on some really out there avant-garde shit with a professor of mine who was cool enough to want to help me compose some music. And I was asking him, like, we're making weird shit here. This is out there stuff that all these classical musicians in school here would turn their nose up at and say is bullshit.
right.
Where does it all fit together? How do we find the synthesis of these different ideas? And he was
Mm,
like, man, all of these different traditions and genres and rules and the theory of it, they are not, they're guidelines.
okay.
They're walls to push off of. They're prompts. You can take them or leave them. You don't have to use them. It's descriptions. And so if I do XYZ, it'll sound like this. If I do this other thing, it might sound different. It is merely a way of learning to describe stuff accurately. And if you can do that, then you can make any sound you want. And yeah, there are no rules. And man, that's why I'm excited. I'm after this album is out and it is all me, beats, vocals, everything, no hooks. I'm going full force into collab mode. I'm gonna hit
Oh
tons
fuck
of
yeah.
singles
Yep.
with ton of different people, man. I got a lot
Is
of people
there
sending me
Is there
beats.
anyone you got your eye on in specific or you're trying to get a collab with? You're like, if I can get one rapper, I want to work with that person.
Well, for sure, me and you, man. You've been
Hey
kind
man, I'm
enough
down.
to
I'm down, bro.
You've been kind enough to bring me on today. This is my first interview as Juan, and
Oh, that's right.
it's So like, man, I'd love to do a song together. I
Yeah, of
so
course. Well, I'm the same way, bro. I do my own beats and stuff, but
oh yeah.
I'm kind of lazy. I just chop up my own loops and shit. I can record and read music, but you know, it's a different type of way of thinking about music. I've kind of taken the easy way out. Do you
Hey
feel that
man,
way with rap and rock? Do you have to change your mentality, or is it the same way when you're just in go mode, you're recording?
things. You know, the end goal is the same. The end goal
Okay,
is the
that's
same.
fair. That's fair.
Different paths to get there. Um, I like in the especially working with a band. Uh, you know, if you make it so that everybody has equal creative input, then it's difficult to write unless all of you are in a room together, or at least most of you are in a room together. And it takes communication, and it takes, you know, compromise, and everybody being willing to put their ego aside for the sake of the music. And I've been in some and am in some great bands with people who do that, work together at that level. It is a creative relationship. And any artist that I work with, ultimately, I have to respect in that way. Melon's eating my chain.
No, you're
I have to.
you're good. I saw him crawling in the shirt earlier, and I was gonna say
Oh
something, but you
man.
were talking. I was like, I'm sure he's used to it. You feel me?
Oh yeah, bro. He gets it's getting close to his bedtime too, so he's
Well,
probably
hey,
trying to
you're
get
good.
time.
The interview don't have to be too long either.
Yeah,
Can I
no.
ask how long you've had the bird for, or what's the bird mean to you? It doesn't have to be about music, cause I
Yeah,
mean
man.
the bird's in like damn near all your covers too. I have them pulled up on the side, bro.
Yeah, bro. He's my muse, man. He gives me ideas. He talks to me. We work together. He's and also interview. I you know I'll sit here talk as long as you like, man. We can end whenever
Okay,
you
okay,
like. I'm chilling, man. This is fun. I'm having a good time.
that's fine.
Um, so but yeah, Melon is I we got him. I found him driving.
All
Just
right.
like people are horrible about parrots, man. They buy them, they don't understand the commitment, and they get rid of them. Sometimes they just throw them out the window, man. And
Was
so like,
I don't mean to, you know, bring up the dark thoughts, but was
yeah,
melon in a bag or were they just okay or what? Because that's how
yo,
I seen growing up was I seen parrots in the bag before and it made me upset
damn,
when I
that
was little, you
sucks,
know.
man. Yeah, no, I imagine in Cali that happens. Y'all have like wild parrot populations out there too.
Hmm.
Um,
I'm in Vegas, but Cali has I spilled
oh
some water
shit.
on me. My bad.
Okay, hell yeah. I've played in Vegas a couple times, man. I have a story to tell you after this about a crazy show I played
Oh
in
yeah, go
Vegas.
ahead. Dude, Vegas is its own you know the hardcore scene
Wild
out here is
stuff,
its own
man.
fucking thing, you know.
It
But
is, man.
Cali does have wild parrots, and I think the
Yeah.
few that we get out here are from people who move from Cali who wanna take care of parrots, but it's
Yeah,
mostly like,
yeah.
they get the macaws or the cockatoos because they do better in the hot weather, I think.
Yes, yeah. They like, and he's a rainforest bird, so he does good in the hot too. But
Mhm.
he is just he's not supposed to go to town on my chain like that. Metal's not good for him. He's getting grumpy. You're all
Hey,
right, bud. Go sit on the
um,
computer. But
do they taste with their tongue? Is it just the taste
he,
of the metal that he
they
likes
have
or
a
what?
little bit. They mostly like to destroy stuff. That's
Okay.
I gotta have like cardboard and sticks and just random stuff that he can chew up and destroy, or else he'll destroy stuff
He's
I
like
actually.
a little goat a little bit, just kinda
Huh,
whatever he
oh,
can eat,
dude, yeah,
right?
he'll go at
Yeah.
anything, man. I'll show you. I could show you a door that he's almost eaten the whole friggin' thing.
Hey, that's
Um,
fucking funny, man.
It's great, dude. He's a clown. He's crazy, man. I love him so much. Even when he's being a little shit, he's my best bud. I yeah. So I found him just out. He was sitting on a branch. I was like driving to work. Double took. I was like, "There's a." I've always loved birds. I double took. There's a parrot. I pulled over, walk over to him, and eventually with a little bit of coaxing, he gets down onto my hand, odd enough, and I take him home, and he's been my best friend ever since. We,
There you go.
if I'm home and it's not his bedtime yet, I have him out. He hangs out. We make beats together. He has the run of the house. We got a lot of space for him to fly around and stuff. One of these days, I'm gonna get him harness trained and eventually free flight trained, but
Okay,
to do
okay.
it safely, it takes a long time. Takes a
Right.
lot of training. And
Them birds are
so,
a little stubborn. They got attitudes. Like, I have a pet snake
dude,
too, and I didn't realize they got attitudes also, bro. Like, every animal
yeah,
does, bro.
man. I love reptile. I'm an animal lover, man. I believe
Hey, that's perfect.
musicians Oh, good musicians are animal lovers. I've never
Yep.
met
Yep.
a musician I respect who doesn't love animals.
Mhm.
And so yeah, man, he's he gets sassy, he gets a little mean, but they're not domesticated. Is the other thing about them is it's not like a dog and a cat where they've evolved alongside humans. They're just animals, and so he does what they don't know what no means, like straight
Right.
up. You
He's
can't
just
really.
kinda thinking like you're still a tree or he's still out in the forest or something, huh?
Yeah, it's very much like it's equal things. It's not like a dog where the dog sees you as the in charge
Oh,
person,
right, right. Oh,
so
oh, I get the food at this certain time or something. Okay, I see that. Well, hey,
yeah,
and the color on the bird looks beautiful too. It looks like you take care of the bird also. Sometimes you can tell you see the animal look a little sad or something, but I
a
mean, your
little
bird looks great,
dusty.
man. He looks happy, bro.
Thank you, man. I take him to the vet. As I asked the vet, I said, "What's a not crazy amount to bring him to you?" Because I want to make sure he's always healthy and doing good. And that's the thing. Just keeping him out. He just wants to be a part of the family, man. He's on my shoulder while I'm doing dishes or just chores around the house, taking care of stuff. He's one of the family 100%, and he's going to be along for the ride as long as Juan Largo is making music. He's going to be
Hey,
there
that's
with me.
right. That's right. I like the dynamic you got. I think the parrot fits perfect with your style of music somehow. I don't know. It's like it's colorful, and then the way you're rapping is kind of colorful too, if that makes
Thank
sense.
you, man. I want to paint a picture. My biggest advice for any this is a writing thing, but it goes for any art. You got to show and not tell. So many
Mm.
people are like they make a song and it's like I'm sad you broke up with me, now I'm depressed. And
Oh
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
dude, that sucks. There's nothing there.
It's the
And
same, when I try to find them, underground rock or bands, and then you hear just, "Oh, resist the system, fight the cops." It's like, bro, there's better ways of saying this, you know what I mean, bro? Come
yes, dude, you don't have to be so ham-fisted on the
on.
nose with everything. There's creative ways to say stuff, and that's what I appreciate about good hip hop music is they can put an idea in your head but never say the specific word. They can just say the right thing to make you have a thought.
Hey, I have a question. It's kind of a stupid one, and I think I know the answer,
Hmm.
but are you a Kendrick or Drake fan? Do you prefer one or the other?
I think you probably have the right answer, man.
It's probably Kendrick. Yeah, okay.
Kendrick's one of the
Hey,
goats to me,
thank
man.
God. Here, I'll do the fist bump through the camera, bro. Yeah.
Absolutely, bro.
I don't
Absolutely,
know
bro.
why. I didn't realize until the Super Bowl. Like it's the same with the syllables. How you said, oh, he'll rhyme the first part of a two-part syllable, and then he'll rhyme it with something different. People
Hmm.
aren't used to that, bro. They're just used to the same style. So when they hear it, they're like, oh, this sounds whack. This sounds terrible. Or
Yeah.
something. And I didn't know that, bro. I thought everyone grew up like hearing the same West Coast sounds, bro.
And you think, man, when it's cool because seeing an artist like Kendrick Lamar be so successful and be such a household name is inspired. He makes real art. He makes real art. No
Well,
question
and
about it.
and because you said jazz earlier too, and I'm thinking he has
Yeah.
the saxophone, the Thundercat, and just
To Pimp a
those elements in it.
Butterflies,
Yeah. Hmm. Exactly.
all-time album for me. Thundercat, yep, is a hero. If I could play bass like Thundercat, man, I would that would be wild. He's one of the greats for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. He fit, and all those sounds just fit perfect with his voice and everything, also, bro. Because his voice is, jazz music kind of has the same tone, and his voice is just a pitch above it. It works perfect.
Yeah,
You know
man.
what? Dare I say, your voice kind of fits the same with the beats, bro. Because it's not the same as the beats, bro.
Yeah, well, so I literally on my album coming up, there's a song called I Love Music, and it's straight up just talking about my relationship with being a musician my whole life. And one of the bars is oh fuck. I drift off sometimes.
No, you're good.
Remind me what you just said, so specifically.
Oh, um, I don't know. I think I drifted also while you were talking about it, bro. I don't know. I don't
That's good,
remember.
bro. The specific the bar I'm talking about. Oh yeah, I say I don't get my flows from rappers. I got them from jazz music,
Mm.
and that's true. I listen. John Coltrane, Miles Davis are two of my heroes. Ornette Coleman, Albert Eiler. Charlie Parker, all you know, Paul Chambers is a bass player. Bass is my primary instrument. I'll give you a
Oh, that's
clue.
what we're talking about, Thundercat and playing bass and, the
Exactly,
different
man.
elements of your voice. My bad, bro. Hey,
Yeah,
look,
yeah,
we're
yeah.
just getting lost in the conversation. I was the same way.
Exactly,
I was like,
dude.
"Shit, bro, my mistake, bro." Um,
No, no, you're good.
do you have a preferred type of jazz you listen to? Do you like easy listening, or do you know what I
So
mean?
I kind of the same. I like a lot of the more free stuff. I like you know, so like Coltrane,
Mhm.
Ornette Coleman, they have a lot of that more really, really abstract free stuff later on in their career where it is just people just jamming and trying to create textures, and it's not tonal. It doesn't have the same harmony systems that like
Okay.
bebop uses or something. Not that I don't love bebop and like hard bop and all those different sort of, but
Just more just more stringy, just more, plucking and shit, huh?
it's
Mm,
I'll have to send you some albums, man. It can be life-changing shit. It's weird, but so and then also like, you know, I love so Miles Davis for me, he
okay.
revolutionized music again and again and again, you know,
My
and
my, my jazz understanding is very basic, my R&B understanding is very basic. Those 2 genres I can't get into. Disco and funk were more what I was listening to when I
yeah,
was a kid,
that's
bro, like
good
the Bee
stuff.
Gees and everything.
I love the Bee Gees, man. I love the Doobie Brothers. I love Steely
Oh, yeah,
Dan,
those are perfect, man.
Yacht
But
Rock, man.
it's not that I don't wanna look into it, it's just I
Yeah,
haven't gone out of the way to do it. Like, I know the John Coltrane's and everything or Miles
yeah,
Davis, but of course, only their most famous ones, so
sure.
if you wanna send any projects, bro, I'll check them out.
I'll send you some albums, man. I love so the album that when people say, "Hey, I know you like jazz. I don't really like jazz, but I want to try getting into it."
Mhm.
Uh if you listen to Kind of Blue by Miles Davis, because it is
Kind of Blue, you said?
kind of blue. It came out in 1959 and
I'll just save it right now before I
yeah,
forget.
dude, it's amazing. Put it on a like a rainy day or a cool night, like and listen to the whole thing top to bottom. It is, man, I've listened to it thousands of times. I'm gonna listen to it thousands more. And the cool thing about it is back then, it's kind of like with rappers now, people get in a scene and everybody like collaborates and works together and stuff. And so this album, of course, it's a Miles Davis album, but John Coltrane is on all the tracks. Charlie Parker and Cannonball Adderley, two great sax players, both are on different tracks. And then Paul Chambers is the bass player. One of you know Bill Evans played piano, and I always forget the drummer's name. That's horrible of me to forget this.
Is it the Cannonball
Cannonball
Adderley?
Adderley is one of the sax players.
There you go. I got
Yeah,
it up right here. Yeah, I'll check it
absolutely.
out, man.
It
Um,
rocks, dude. All those dudes are the goat of their instrument, basically.
well, and you said it's kinda like when hip hop people collab too. I'm trying to think of how to word this question because 'cause you've done rock, you've done, hip hop, and then you say classical and other things.
Yeah.
Is it a musician thing where it's harder to find who to work with, or is it specific to hip hop or rock, or is it just across the board? It's you just kinda have to feel it out, you know?
Yeah, I think everyone's different. And ever since the songs have started doing well, and this is no shade to anybody, but, a lot of people hit you with just the collab, bro. They come in the
Oh,
DM,
yeah,
they say,
yeah, and then
bro, let's collab.
just the 2 words, bro? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like send me some. If you have to come with being a musician, you got to balance the ego with humility. And
Yep,
so, if you think that your shit's good enough that we should work on something together, because I have high standards, I do this shit every day. I care about stuff sounding good and making a cohesive, coherent artistic statement. And so, if you're just some rapper in your house and you don't think about this shit, you just do it for fun. It's like I'm probably not going to be interested in working with you. And it's nothing
right.
personal. It's like you got to go write a million bad songs before you can write one good one.
Yep,
And
I agree, man. I agree.
and
Hey, and
so
that's I have, like, the Gucci Mane approach. I just put out every idea I have, but it doesn't
do
have
it.
to be like that. You can also put out the 1 or 2 that are good out of that batch. It's like we said, there's no rules to it, bro.
Yeah, and man, that's the cool with the Juan. So like I've been making music my whole life, but this is my first true foray into hip hop. And so if you tap in early on from the singles to this album. That's a full solo album, just me, that's about to come out, and then the collabs I'm gonna do after. You will get to ride with me on like figuring out exactly what I'm doing with this shit because I'm still messing around, man. I'm still trying to
Hey,
figure out.
and that's why I feel lucky right now because I mean, with the numbers, with the TikTok and everything, you got the potential to just take off, like even more than these
Appreciate
other
it.
people who blow up, bro. Really. So, I look forward to seeing who you're gonna collab with, other than just myself too, obviously.
Yeah. You asked about a dream collab. If somebody
Yeah,
who's
bro.
working right now,
It could be working or dead or alive or anything. Just like who would you want to work with? You feel me?
dead, I'll give you one of each. I'll
Okay,
give you my like
that's perfect. That's
a
perfect.
couple people who are gone and a couple people who are working right now. Of course, obviously, I'd love to work with Doom, but I'd also love to work with any, if I could make music with Nujabes, Jay Dilla, you
Mhm.
know, uh, who's gone. As far as jazz musicians, man, same Charles Mingus, John Coltrane, Miles Davis. But it's like if I was ever in the presence of any of those musicians, man, I would be starstruck. I've met a lot of my heroes
All
playing
right.
rock music. I've been lucky to meet people who have been inspirations for me and play shows with them and go on tour with them and stuff. People who I genuinely highly respect as artists, and so I don't freak out around people. I don't get starstruck. But like, man, if I was to meet some of these people who to me are like top 10 best musicians who ever lived ever, no question. I don't know what I'd do, man.
You'd just be asking them questions. Maybe you wouldn't even be
That's the
getting no
thing. I
work
wouldn't have
done. Yeah.
time for making music. I would just be asking. Yeah, I would be annoying
That's
them.
a good point. I haven't thought about the answer like that because if people ask me, I usually say like Bob Marley or something.
That's
Shit,
great, man.
I'd probably
Yeah.
just be asking him questions too. We'd probably not be recording nothing or just
That's the
smoking, bro. You
thing.
feel
I
me?
would love to just learn because I've already learned so much from those people,
Well,
and
and they probably think about music just so much differently than how we do today, bro. We have like 10,000 different opinions to go off of, bro. Hey,
yeah,
I'm just gonna ask a couple more questions here to kind of wrap it up, bro.
for sure, for sure.
So the first of the last two is how did you get your name? You come up with it on your own, or what's the meaning of it?
Yeah, yeah. That's a good question. So I wanted to, I wanted to have a name that gave me a lot of bar opportunities. Just because when you have multiple dimensions to your name, I mean, you get opportunities for different rhymes and different play on words and things like that, double entendres. And so I am actually 6.5 feet tall.
Oh
So
shit. Okay. Hey,
yeah,
that might give away your whatever band you're in, bro. The
exactly,
internet
dude.
detectives will figure that one out,
I
bro.
stick out in
Hey,
the crowd, man. I
yeah.
definitely, it's
Hey,
hard for me.
I'm 6'1", I'm 6'2", or about
Yeah.
6'1", I'll say. I won't buck
Six
it up.
one, 6'2" is like the ideal height.
But even that height, bro, I'm having a hard time finding XL shirts or getting in the car. I can't
Oh,
imagine being that
dude.
extra 5 inches is probably fucking killing you, bro.
Buying clothes, man, is a nightmare. I have to like I try to keep my style fairly generic, partially because of my politics. I'm a man of the people first and foremost. You'll hear that in my bars a lot. I bring that back. I am trying to, everybody wants to get a bag, and I'd love to get one myself, But I'm living comfortably as it is, man. I'm lucky enough to own my home. I got a
Hey, that
steady job playing music that pays the bills, doing music stuff. So, man, I'm not trying. Music is not the or money is not the main motivator for me. Trying to make the best possible music is, and I
hey,
think that's a primary difference.
it's not no competition, Squid God, bro. It's all right that you're welcome anyway to make music with us, bro. The
Dude,
height
Short Kings,
we're
bro.
not highest over here, bro.
You guys have to have more like Riz than us.
Mm.
You guys have to actually have game, and so I have a lot of respect for my short kings, man.
That is a good point, bro. That is a good point because girls will just be like, "Oh, he's so
Dude,
tall. I
it
like
doesn't
his hair."
matter. If you're short, these short guys think that it's so hard to like get girls or whatever. You just gotta be a normal dude with cool interests and shit.
Yeah, you'll be fine, bro.
Yeah,
Hey, um, my bad. I don't mean to get off track.
yeah, you
Last
good.
question I got is, do you
Yeah.
have any any ideas or plans for any music videos, professionally or even just in the house? I mean, other than just like the
Yeah.
TikTok ones you got, of course.
Yeah, definitely. The short TikTok videos and Instagram videos are definitely a kind of different vibe. I was talking with a homie today about getting some video stuff together because I definitely got ideas, man. You know, it doesn't take much to get, you know, a decent looking video shot these days. I definitely got to put something out there.
Oh, bro,
Um,
you can do a whole damn movie on your iPhone now. You know what I mean? It's
exactly,
it's finding
man.
the right people, the right angles. It's not really the
Yeah.
equipment.
And so, man, I got like once I'm in like hyperdrive in album mode right now. So I'm gonna finish once I finish up these tracks. I'm gonna do a week of like revisions and sending it around to folks for people to like listen to a little bit, give me some opinions, and then I'll do any final mixing notes, master it. It'll be out on streaming. I'm probably gonna do two singles, and you know, after that, it's like I'm open to collaborating with anybody. If you're a real artist and you have shit that's good and you're confident in your abilities to make stuff that isn't just the same boring fucking shit that people are doing.
It's not
Uh,
that cookie cutter sound. A lot of people
oh
sound
man,
similar, bro.
I need
And
people who are real artists.
hey, I appreciate the fuck out of you, man. And we went about 45 minutes. I think that's
Oh
all
yeah,
right. Do you have
that sounds
anything
good to
else
me,
you want
man.
to mention or wrap up? And then I'll kick you off the live and I'll just play your music for a bit before I wrap it up.
Oh yeah, bro, I appreciate that. So, um, let me say again, thanks for having me, dude. I'm excited to work
Oh
together
yeah,
more.
no
This
problem,
has
bro.
been a fun way to spend the evening. I think Melon had a good time too. He's getting ready. He's
Oh,
got to sleep.
absolutely.
This is perfect.
Hey,
And
bro.
I just say if you're listening, if you're interested in my music, tap in for my debut album, The Bird and the Mask. It's going to be out in early March. I don't have a hard date yet because I'm making it all myself. It is going to be a portrait of Juan Largo, the 6 6, as an artist because I am writing every bar. I'm recording every single beat and instrument and mixing it and
You
mastering it
doing the
myself.
you doing the cover art also for everything?
I do. I have tapped into a really talented comic book artist to do the art for me.
Oh,
Um,
that's dope. Would you say the name or no? I don't want to put you on the
yeah,
spot.
let me. I'd love to direct some traffic his way. His it's Black Orc, but let me get his Instagram tag for
I
sure,
was gonna
so
say you
people
can
can
type
go
it in if you
follow
want.
him. Let me.
Um,
Oh, I'll put it in the chat there. Let me go grab it just so I get the right one.
oh yeah, go ahead, man. Yeah,
Okay.
that's actually very dope. I feel like comics and hip hop really go hand in hand, bro.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, okay, so here it's Black Orc underscore art. Let me put it in the chat here, you guys. It's like really badass fantasy
That's dope,
you
man.
know, kind of like just really clean lines, good details and stuff. He hit me up just because he fucked with the music. And I went and looked at some of his shit and I was like, whoa, this is good. And we have been collaborating on this album cover. It's going to be a really detailed comic book panel
There
of
you go.
me in a with Melon in a cityscape with all kinds of stuff like lyrics and references to the bars on the album, so, peppered throughout. So the Bird and the Mask is coming out in early March. I'm going to be posting about it. I'm right now social media wise, I just have Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. It is on Juan Largo the
You
Six
you're not
Six.
on Twitter or anything like that or Blue
I don't
Sky.
really fuck with Twitter or
Okay.
X. I don't, you know, I was
Hey,
on
bro,
there.
I got off that shit a while ago just because
Yeah.
the hate comments was outweighing the networking I was getting, bro.
Nah, people suck over there, dude. So, you know, I've gotten a lot of love. There's some haters, but to me I'd always rather have people love it or hate it versus be indifferent.
Well, at least they
And
feel that type of way about it then, right? You
yeah,
know what I
I
mean?
want so you feel something. I got a reaction out of you, and you know that's part of the joke part. Is again goes back. If people get the joke, they won't get mad. If they don't get the joke, they're gonna get mad, and
Well,
that tells me
it sounds like you having fun with it, bro. You're not making no one like you know, the butt of the joke or nothing. Like you're just
No,
actually
man.
having good lines. Like
Yeah.
that Charlie Sheen one also, bro. You're just going off with the lyrics, bro. I heard that shit, and you got good bars.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, man. I want to ride that line. I want to say wild shit. I never want to truly offend anybody. I don't want people to be upset. But you know, if you do get mad at my bars, look internally, see what's wrong,
Hey, yeah,
inside.
that's a good way of putting it. Hey,
His
Juan Largo, bro. I appreciate the fuck out of you, man. You have a good night. And what's the bird's name? Is it Melon? You said?
name's Melon. He's back here
Okay,
chewing on my mask.
and Melon, take care also, bro. Go crazy eating
Thanks,
everything.
bro. You have a good night. I'll talk soon. Okay.
Hey, that's right, man. Hey, bro. Appreciation to him, man. This is Juan Largo, the 6'6" at 6'2" times. And I'm just gonna put on the music, honestly, bro. I'm probably gonna go get some water, bro. But y'all take care. I'm gonna put on Pirate Days. This is his most famous track right now. And then I'll probably queue up a couple after. Let me mute this damn ad though. Yeah, hey, shout outs to him. And if you want to interview with me, just tap in with my Instagram at tapatio.master on all platforms except for fucking X. I'm not on there. I'm on TikTok, Instagram. I do free cover art, beats, and I'm from Vegas, all that, bro. But all right, here's Pirate Days. Y'all take care.
It's Juan Largo, the 6'6". I'm glad Chinese people exist because I know they're gonna save the world one day. When I was a kid, I tried to wear a bandana at Boy Scout camp and my scout leader called me gay. It really stuck with me for a while, even though I tried to act like I was okay. Wearing bandanas might make you a little zesty, but only fucking dudes can make you gay. I do multiple lines on the spot and get right in front of the cameras. I'm Billy Mays. You're at home playing 2K on the couch while I'm in the real field, steady making plays. There's bird shit all over the back of my office chair because I haven't left the studio in days. I'm 6'6" with a beard, nose ring, and parrot. You think I time traveled from the pirate days? 66, 2/3 evil, addicted to pills like Knievel. I cook all my beats, stainless steel. Your bitch won't tell you how she really feel. Can't count, you're a shitty drummer. I got your bitch in the turquoise Hummer. She said your penis is a total bummer. She said taking it made her dumber. If a bad bitch touch my dick, I'll probably jizz and fart. I got a mustache and a Segway. I'm Paul Blart. Put that on Kevin James. Rappers use beats made by AI because they can't make real art. I just make songs about fucking guys. That's real art. No, run it back. Let's do this one more time. Come on, let's go. Why are you buying mushroom water from an alpha male influencer off of YouTube? I get that millennials act annoying about coffee, but it's not worth drinking sludge, dude. Plus, going to get coffee in person means you can flirt with the blue-haired barista. You can get a decent cup of coffee from a non-binary person whose name is Pizza. You can buy a pretty solid chocolate croissant from a non-binary person whose name is Sock. If you pretend that you've read Karl Marx, maybe you can get them to suck your cock. Shit's a manifest. If you pretend that you can understand Slavoj Žižek, maybe you can get them to touch your butt. But I know you're still trying to learn how to read, and that kind of thing takes a heavy mental toll. Keep a meadow and let them know BYOB from the get-go. I shed jazz solos, Benedetto. Other rappers, puppets, Geppetto. If you built a house, it would be shitty, Carmella. You are a fart smeller. I am a smart fella. My favorite band is Hella. Shred up the kit like I'm Zach Hill. Only sell gas cause I'm Hank Hill. Extended techniques, that's the trill. I know this shit's built to spill. I do a lot of drinking and plotting with the boys every single goddamn day. My best friend is a parrot and I'm fucked up all the time. My time traveled from the pirate days. Man, I'm sitting here sick as a dog, and this shit is more fire than anything you've heard in the past 20 years. Y'all really can't fuck with me. Bird gang, bitch.